Hey everyone, old school from whatthebuck.net coming to you live from One Buck Place here in Tampa. We just had our Monday practice end, and as you may have noticed with my tweets, energy level I thought was a little bit low, to be honest. I expected after Saturday's practice, which was a low energy practice as well, a day off, I thought we'd see a little bit more pop out of the guys today, but that wasn't there. It seemed odd. I was talking to some of the other guys in the media. They felt the same thing. May mean nothing, may mean something. Who knows? I knew we have Jackson coming this week. With Jacksonville coming up, you don't want guys getting beat up out here. You want to go in there and get in this combined practice. Coach Cutter, after the practice, discussed sort of the terms of engagement with Coach Bradley. He said that he and Coach Bradley had been working together to make sure they were on the same page, and that's really the most important part. You want to make sure that both staffs understand what the contact levels will be, that sort of thing. And as he described it, it's really almost like having two simultaneous practices going on. You just split your squad. So you have our offense against their defense on one field and our defense against their offense on the other one. But other than that, the practice becomes very similar with similar drills all the way up to and including 11 on 11, which is where obviously the fans would be most interested in seeing what was going on out of those teams. Today, from a practice perspective, I didn't see anyone popping great. I thought Jameis looked good. His accuracy was pretty solid today. There seems to be a lot of hesitance out of the quarterbacks, all of them, not just Jameis or Mike or anyone, right? But in 7-on-7, when they're doing the skills drills, listen, you don't scramble in those. You got to let the ball go. Sloppy ball handling, I thought in general. A couple good catches. I had some decent videos I got today. The one thing that did impress me today that I want to make sure I mention is down the other end of the field, the one-on-ones and the offensive defensive line drills where they were actually practicing stunts. You heard talk about it with Steve White on our show previously, tech stunts with a tackle on the end, twist. They were practicing those side by side. And I got to tell you, I mean, our defensive line looked very good against Philadelphia. I think we've got a lot of reason to be optimistic about our defensive line this year. But against our offensive line, which was already down a player and Donovan Smith still out due to the flu, so we had Kevin Panfield sliding over there to that left tackle spot, I thought our offensive line did an admirable job against a very stout set of defensive line players today in practice. When you get down to the 11-11 at the end, the defense held up very well. Jameis was able to get one touchdown. He got a completion to Hump, showed some patience. Running backs all look fluid. As far as injuries, you guys know the J.R. Sweezy situation is one that everyone's watching very closely. But as Coach Cutter said after practice, coming into the year, we felt Panfield was going to compete for that spot anyway. So it's one of those things where next man up to pull in a Rahimian reference for those of you guys who've been with us long enough to remember those. So all in all, kind of a disappointing practice, I got to tell you. But after seeing what we could do in Philadelphia, you eliminated the ball, the turnovers, and it's hard to say to just eliminate turnovers. And I was half tempted to ask Coach Cutter, what are you doing to work on ball security? But they're working on it. They had entire periods on ball security. Ball security just has to come through discipline and repetition. So ball security situation eliminated, and all of a sudden this team looks a lot different against Philadelphia. So we'll learn a little bit more about them against Jacksonville. I want to remind you guys that this Saturday we'll be watching the Jacksonville game at Ferg's Live right across from Emily Arena at our kickoff party, the Cut to the Chase kickoff party. If you're going to come out there, bring some school supplies. We're collecting school supplies for Hillsborough County teachers. It's going to be a great time. There'll be face painters out there for kids. You'll be able to dunk a super fan, raffle prizes for everyone who comes out there, drink, food specials, etc. We'll have our reveal from Franco of the anthem this year at halftime, as well as all the raffles. And then after that, Berg's Live is doing it up right. They're going to have the UFC, the fight of the year, for you going there as well. So love to see you guys out there on Saturday night. We'll have a show Wednesday night, podcast Wednesday night. So we'll talk more about what happened in Philadelphia, what we're looking to see in Jacksonville, and then what we're going to hope to see in the rest of the training camp. We got some joint scrimmages. Brian Ford was very friendly as usual. Came around, remind people to come out to the other practices, specifically the Wednesday scrimmage with the Cleveland Browns. So if you're going to be able to get some time off work, that'd probably be the day to do it. Get out here and watch them go up against the Cleveland Browns here at One Buck Place. If you have any questions, tweet at me at WhatTheBuck. I'll get back to you.